share with you a handful of Topps Gold rookie cards that are within reach, attainable, not too expensive, that could develop into much better investments down the road. Now, not too long ago, I did a video based off of Brutus on Baseball's video for his picks for the top 10 players under 30 years old that have the potential to make the Hall of Fame. He did a great job on his video. I did a mediocre job on mine, but it's pretty cool. You can check that out there. Now, the reason I'm telling you that is you can go look through those players and see if you can find some Topps Gold cards of those players. Now, if you just buy the rookie cards of them, that's cool too. Those are relatively cheap. The base Topps rookie cards for those players are pretty cheap compared to a lot of the other collectible cards. But if you go Topps Gold cards, now some of those are expensive and some of them aren't bad at all. And we'll go through what I've purchased, and you get an idea of what the prices are on some of these cards. But obviously the autographed cards from those players, that's a way out of reach. Those are super expensive. But you can get in on the Topps Gold rookie cards of some of those players and have potential for a bigger increase in investment. So here's an example on how a Topps Gold can increase in value. So 2 or 3 years ago, I really wanted to get a Topps Gold Shohei Ohtani rookie card. The industry was going nuts. It was $150, and I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm willing to spend $150 on a non-autographed card that was just a couple years old at the time, 2 or 3 years old at the time. I was like, man, I don't know if I want to do that. So I held off. I was like, maybe it'll drop. Maybe it'll drop. So as all the other cards in the industry dropped, that Shohei Ohtani Gold just kept on increasing. Now it's up to about $400 if you want to buy that now. And of course, I very much regret not buying it then.
No one's a bigger idiot than me.
Now, obviously, all cards aren't going to do that. There's not all Shohei Ohtani cards out there. They're going to increase like that. But getting in on a cheaper card with the potential to increase greatly is always a good thing. Now, I will say this about gold cards. One problem with Topps Gold cards is because the gold border basically replaced the white border. There's chipping and whiting, and you can see sometimes the edges get a little white. So it's tougher on grading, is my point. The Topps Gold cards.
It is no longer in mint condition.
So if you're going to buy Gem Mint 10 cards, well, you're going to pay an exorbitant amount for that. But if you're looking for PSA 9s or SGC 9s or something like that, a little bit cheaper. And as far as population goes, like PSA 9s and SGC 9s are probably tough to come by also because of those gold borders. So to get a 9 is almost like getting a 10.
You're not very good at math.
Okay, so next I'm going to go through the cards that I've purchased, Topps Gold cards that I want to share with you. And then I'm going to give you my picks for some cards that you might want to pick up as well. Now, obviously, the cards I have, you might want to jump on too, because I jumped on them. So obviously, I think they're good pickups. Okay, so here I am down here. Let's go through these cards. Now, I'm going to kind of go chronologically so we can talk about them. Now, this is a basketball card, obviously. Robert Horry, big shot. Bob, what? So here's the deal. They did Topps Gold for baseball, basketball, football, and hockey, which they were producing all those cards back then. So this 1992, all the stuff I talked about with Topps Gold goes for the other sports as well. However, they don't have the licenses for those cards in the 2010s and on. So this is a cool card. If I had a Shaq, obviously I'd be elated, but I don't. But the Shaq is the best of this version of the 92 set to get, obviously. But I love this one too.
Shaq might be there.
Okay, so here's the winner card that I was talking about. So this was the style of the 92 Gold. So imagine this in baseball. And this is the winner. You can see it right there. It says winner. Manny Ramirez. Now, this is the second most popular card from this set. Now, this is his first Topps card. And it's a draft pick card, obviously. But the Ken Griffey Jr. is still the more sought after because Ken Griffey Jr. is in the Hall of Fame. Manny Ramirez, he's just somewhere being Manny. So, but this is a pretty awesome card. Manny Ramirez was a impactful hitter for both the Indians and the Red Sox, and he was awesome. And a lot of fun to watch. So I love this card. I got this card for $2, $2 or $3 on eBay. So you can get some of these cool cards cheap. And this one I had pulled, way back then. But this one I had bought recently. But it's a pretty cool card. All right, the Penny Hardaway Topps Gold. See the Topps Gold up here? Now this is his rookie card. Topps Gold. You see up here, first round draft pick. Not expensive. I think this was an $8 card I got this for, but I love the Magic and I love Penny, so I jumped all over this one, of course. Ah, yes, Derek Jeter. Topps Gold, Derek Jeter, prospects. Okay, well, this is actually not his rookie card. His rookie card was that 1993, the year before this one, which was his 1993 draft pick card, if you remember that. Now that in gold is it's a pretty big deal. That one's highly sought after. But this is the third year they did Topps Gold. The draft pick one from 93 would have been the second year. But so if you got an extra one of those laying around, feel free to, let's send it on over. Okay. So I want to point out this also. Now these are Topps Black Gold. Black Golds are pretty awesome too. I love this, and this one I'm actually sending into SGC because I want to get it graded. It's a gorgeous card. It's way cooler than this card. This card is just one of the worst designs ever. So I'm much bigger fan of this card, and it's also his rookie season. So I like this one better, so I'm going to send this one to get graded so I can put it up on the display. But I want to bring this up because this is an insert as opposed to a parallel. Not the same thing. So this is an insert, so the pricing is similar. So this was like, I don't know, $8 or $9. It's not a super valuable card because it is just an insert. Similarly, I recently bought the Wander Franco insert Topps Black Gold, again because I love the style. You can get the Julio Rodriguez Topps Black Gold rookie card pretty cheap, less than $10, I think. But they're just such a cool set, such a cool subset that they brought back. Okay, so this is the Trey Turner Topps Gold card, 2016. Yeah, 2016, numbered 770 out of 2016. So I bought this right before. Now this was actually, I think I had already shot the video that the Brutus on Baseball top 10 players under 30 with Hall of Fame potential, and Trey Turner was in the bottom half of those, maybe 8, I think 7 or 8. But Brent Brutus on Baseball went on and on. He was talking about how Trey Turner should have some longevity to his career, which could build up his counting stats. And I was like, you know what? I really need to get into the Trey Turner business. So I bought this card. This is the most expensive Topps Gold card I bought. This one, I believe I got it for $40 on eBay. Now, here's the interesting part. I bought this the week before the World Baseball Classic when he exploded. The reason that's important is I sweated this getting shipped to me because his stock was rising so fast after his display and the World Baseball Classic. So I was like, oh, this guy's going to cancel this order. He's not going to ship it, and it's going to be, however much. Now, this card right now, the last one, it did go up in value. The last one sold for $60. So it's not crazy out of reach yet. He's playing decently. He's not having a rough start to the season. He's playing pretty well. And the new stolen base rules with the bigger bases, that's going to benefit him. He's one of the fastest guys in baseball. He's going to end up with a ton of steals. Not that collectors are big on steals, but he has a little bit of everything. He can hit. He has some power. He's a champion. Like, he's played on championship teams. Trey Turner's someone I like a lot, and I think still has a great future ahead for his cards to rise in value. Okay. George Kirby. I like George Kirby a lot. I like the Mariners. The Mariners are building a very nice team. They have very good young pitching between George Kirby and Logan Gilbert. Like, they have good young pitchers and good things ahead for them, as well as obviously their lineup is insane. A lot of good hitters in the lineup. We'll get to that again later coming up. But I got this one. This was a $12 card. I wasn't too excited to pay $12 for it. Pitchers aren't as valuable, obviously, as hitters. But if you like a pitcher a lot, then do what you got to do. But I do like George Kirby a lot, and I think I'm kind of doing like a little shotgun where I buy a few different pitchers and hope that, with the idea that good things can come from them, and then hopefully one of them works out. That's basically what my thoughts are there. Okay. 2017, Alex Bregman. Now, we've talked about him before. He was in that top 10 players under 30 video also. His cards aren't very expensive. He has tailed off in the past few years, but I got his Topps Gold card, a Topps Gold card, numbered to 2017. Let's see if you can see it's black right there. 2017. I can't get it. Anyways, it is number 2017. It's number 1235. Got this for $10. You can't beat that. So, I mean, even if I don't like Alex Bregman and the Astros, I have to like that. Sandy Alcantara. Now, he won the NL MVP in 2022, and this card was available for me to purchase for $20. So this was to me, this is a great buy. What's interesting is after I bought it, I started hearing and reading about how all these new rule changes are actually going to affect Alcantara pretty badly because he does take his time when he pitches. He doesn't hold base runners on real well, so there's going to be a lot of stolen bases. I believe he induced a lot of hits into shifts, so them taking shifts away hurts him. So he's struggling a little bit to start the season. However, he's a Cy Young winner. I do think things will turn around for him. He'll eventually get into a better rhythm, and I hope good things are ahead for him. Now, Willie Calhoun. If you don't have a Willie Calhoun card, okay, just kidding. This is just one that I pulled, and there's something about the 2018 Topps Gold look that to me is the all-time best Topps Gold style. Now, I also think the 2018 Topps regular base issue is one of the all-time best styles. But I love the Topps Gold. Behind him, it's like a plate right there, like a home plate. You can't really see it because he's in front of it. Let's see, Alcantara has the same thing. You can see a little bit more of the plate there, right? So something about that style I just think is fabulous. And the Shohei Ohtani. Now, I will say, the Shohei Ohtani is, you could get the update, the Topps update gold Shohei Ohtani card. It's very expensive too, but the one where he's hitting, I love that one. I think now that the other one's so expensive, I think I may work toward getting the version where he's hitting as an update in the Topps update. Randy Arozarena, I love Randy Arozarena. Once again, bought this just before he blew up in the World Baseball Classic, and I was very happy about that. Got this card, 2020, got this card for $6. And I was very happy with that until I found for, let's see, how much did I pay for that? For $10.50, I got a slabbed version, a 9.5 SGC slabbed version of that Randy Arozarena Gold card. So I'm loving that. Now, the reason I really want to bring out Randy Arozarena as someone for you to consider investing in, not just because he's a Ray, but this offseason, he learned, when he was with the World Baseball Classic and stuff, he started to learn how to prepare for pitchers. So since he's done that, you've seen how his start to the season's been. He's phenomenal. And now he's taking the game a little more seriously. Before he was just living off of his talent. Now he's putting the work in to prepare. And the Rays are obviously one of the highest scoring teams in baseball. Everyone's benefited from his and Wander Franco and Brandon Lau's, their upside. I mean, they've just been fantastic early in the season. And I think a lot of that, a lot of his success specifically comes because now he's preparing for pitchers. How he wasn't before, I don't know. That's weird.
Speaking of the awesome Devil Rays, not so much the Devil Rays, the regular Rays. Shane McClanahan, Sugar Shane Mac. So I love Sugar Shane. This guy is awesome. This from 2021. This I got for I think $16, $14. I got this one for $14. Nicely centered. I'll probably end up at some point getting this graded. He's already off to a fantastic start once again. Looks like one of the early favorites for the AL Cy Young, which he was also last year until towards the end of the year. He had, I believe, a shoulder impingement, a shoulder issue, so he kind of tailed off towards the end. But this year he started off really strong, and I love his potential to win Cy Young. Once again, the Rays pitching coaches, they've always been amazing pitching coaches. Look what's happening with Zach Eflin. He's pitching real well. He's coming back from being injured. But the other guys, Jeffrey Springs, the Drew Rasmussen, who came from the bullpen last year. This year they have that young Taj Bradley coming out as a prospect. He's pitching really well. So the Rays pitching coach, they know what they're doing. Okay, this is my last one I want to show you. It's an interesting story though. Nick Lodolo. I believe it was commenter Wilbur Kookmeyer who talked about Lodolo as someone to keep an eye on and to collect. So I started looking into him. And the guy's a fireballer. I mean, he's a fireball and lefty. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to jump on that. So I found this for $6 and jumped on it. And then as soon as it got shipped to me, I realized, oh, I bought the rookie debut card. Rookie debut cards not as good as the true rookie cards. So, yeah, I was pretty mad about that. Now, what's interesting is I went to go buy the real rookie card and saw one it was like for $10 with a best offer. So I was like, oh, so I sent an offer for $7. Soon as I sent the offer, it dawned, I realized it's a rookie debut card again, because this card and his regular base card, which I put right here, they look almost the exact same. Look at those two cards next to each other. It's crazy. Like why would Topps do that? Make those two cards look so similar. So you really have to, when you're on eBay, really a few tips here. Really make sure you look to make sure it's not the rookie debut card. Also, make sure it's not the gold stars card, which is another insert, another parallel. You don't want the gold stars one, you want gold. Make sure it's not the gold foil. You'll see that a lot. Now, there's cards I've purchased in here that were mislabeled. They called them the gold foil cards, but I pulled them up on eBay. I looked at them, I looked at the back, and as soon as I saw that stamp, I knew it was a regular gold card, not gold foil. So those were lazy listers that just, took they saw it was gold and they listed it as gold. So, they listed it as gold foil. So make sure you don't buy the gold foil because it's not as valuable. It's not as cool. Make sure you buy the numbered gold parallel. Another thing I wanted to point out is with these cards without the borders, it's a little trickier because they don't have the borders on, so you don't know the centering. However, look at how much cooler these cards look without the borders than the ones with the borders on. I don't know what it is, just the borders, the white, whether it's white or the gold borders. I don't know what it is that's not as cool as the borderless. Like even a Rosarino. Like look at this. It's just so much cooler than the bordered card. Like just I don't know what it is. Just something. Anyways, so I wanted to point that out. So make sure you look out for the gold foil cards and be aware of that. So something else I wanted to mention about this Lodolo card is, so when I sent the $7 offer, I immediately emailed the buyer and said, I made a mistake. Please don't accept that offer. I didn't want the rookie debut. Of course, he accepted it. So then it comes back to me. I say I want to cancel the order. I don't want to purchase that order. And now I know that I've already put the seller out. So what I did was I went on his listing, like all of his listings, and I found two cards that I wanted that would have equaled, within about $10. It was about $10 for the two cards. So I bought those instead, I was buying those instead. I emailed them. I said, please cancel this order and I will buy those other 2 cards to make up the difference. And so he was cool with it. So my point being, just communicate with your buyers or your sellers. Just be good communicators, and things can work out for you.
Communicate, communicate.
All right, so now I promised you we'd go over some options that might be some good pickups for you. Aside from the ones that I've already mentioned, think about picking up some hitters who maybe their career, they start off a little slowly, and now they're starting to pick it up. And you can still get them cheaply because hasn't quite because people haven't quite thought it through yet that these guys are good pickups. So, for instance, Spencer Strider for the Braves, Hunter Green for the Reds. Those are recent guys that I think you can pick up pretty cheap. Dylan Cease for the White Sox. Like, this guy was second in the AL for MVP or for Cy Young voting last year, so he's someone you could definitely consider picking up. Joe Ryan. I love this guy. A strikeout pitcher for the Minnesota Twins. Last year was his rookie season. You can get his card for relatively cheap. Also, 2021 Topps update, Jared Kelenic. This guy, he was a big prospect, and then as soon as he kind of got to the majors last year, and anyways, he's doing much better now. He's hitting about 310, top 20 in OPS right now for Kelenic. He had a home run streak going. Now, make sure you are aware, though, that his regular rookie card and his rookie debut card look very similar. The only difference is in the jersey, but in the style of the swing and all that stuff looks very similar. So make sure you wear that. Don't get the rookie debut. Get the regular rookie gold card. As a matter of fact, you could even buy some old hobby boxes for about $60 from 2021 Topps update for $60, and you might pull a Kelenic gold, but you could pull some other gold cards out of there. A lot more gold cards in those hobby boxes back then. And then finally, Luis Arias for the Marlins. This guy was the batting champion at American League, got traded to the Marlins. He's third in OPS right now. The Marlins are a team that has a lot of potential on it. Jazz Chisholm, you know him. A lot of good potential on this team, and I think we can see good things from them in the National League East. So there you have it. Those are some guys I really like a lot. I think you might want to look into looking at some of those Topps gold cards.
Man, they're tough to get. First, they're tough to get. Second, they're tough to get good ones of when you're pulling them out of packs. So
I'm wearing my special Topps gold shirt just for this video. I thought it was appropriate, right?
So tell me about the ones that you pulled and maybe the ones that you've purchased and anything else that starts with a P. So whatever you do, make sure you have a happy hobby.
It's gold, Jerry, gold.